Okay, so when you're implementing a blockchain, how is it done? What kind of an organization do you need that is really prepared and ready to go forward and actually implement a blockchain? So what I want to talk about today is the possibilities that are there for an organization to be successful in implementing a blockchain within their particular domain. Okay, so there's several kinds of organizations. You've probably worked in several of different ones of these. There's the centralized organization where basically what happens is you got a boss at the top, and the boss at the top tells everybody what's going to happen next, and everybody else just goes and implements it. Okay, that kind of an organization is a centralized organization. You know, it's good for quick decision making. There's a single person or a very small group of people at the top that make the decisions, and everybody else just obeys. The problem is it's not really great for collaboration or innovation, and it's not very efficient to do it that way because the organization can only do as much as the leader understands and knows. So probably not the best kind of an organization to implement a blockchain. The next kind is decentralized. A decentralized organization is good for quick execution because you got a lot of people that are able to make quick decisions, and they're all on the fringes rather than in the center. But getting a unified decision on the direction of the entire enterprise becomes a challenge. When you compare that to a centralized system, you have a small group of people. Now with a decentralized system, you have a much larger group of decision makers. So it's difficult to get things going the right direction a lot of times when it is too decentralized. So what you really want to see is you want to see a hybrid sort of corporation, a hybrid situation where companies can leverage the value of blockchain because it has autonomy and control given to certain groups of people, and the groups of people tend to be very small and they're quick to make decisions. They don't have to necessarily poll the entire corporation as in a decentralized type of an organization. They have their smaller centralized focus where each centralized focus can then make decisions and move forward. So let's say you have a group in the company that's responsible for procurement and supply chain issues. If you're implementing a blockchain that benefits supply chain and procurement issues, then of course you have a situation where you have a small autonomous group that has the authority making ability to move that forward and address the issues. So what you then have is a corporation that wants to implement a blockchain. So let's talk about Maersk, the big shipping line that you probably have seen. If you travel on the roadways much, you've seen the Maersk logo on a lot of different containers as they've been on the back of trucks and moving from place to place. Maersk is spelled M-A-E-R-S-K. They're a Danish company, and they ship products around the world, mostly cargo container ships that travel the seas, going from one place in Europe to the US and so forth, back and forth. So the roles in that kind of an enterprise are, you have the founder of the blockchain. In this case, Maersk was the founder of a blockchain called TradeLens. TradeLens was a partnership between Maersk and IBM to help automate the supply chain challenges that all the businesses in the shipping industry were having in getting containers accurately and quickly from one location across the sea into another country. So we're talking large issues here with many different companies. Now, being the founding organization, the biggest challenge that was had by this particular founder, Maersk, was that they had a hard time recruiting other people that were of like business. I mean, Maersk getting in bed with other shipping companies in the same software. So what happens then is the Maersk company then has to employ operators, and operators came from the side of IBM. IBM actually operated the blockchain, made sure it ran, helped the development, helped with getting things organized. IBM actually worked on recruiting other peoples that would be part of the company, part of the blockchain, which would be called members. So they recruited many different members, and the number of members now is in the hundreds for this TradeLens blockchain that ships these containers across the oceans. Now, members usually run full nodes, and if you're familiar with blockchain, as you probably are at this point, a node, it runs all of the code, has a distributed ledger, so it has a ledger of all the transactions on the blockchain, and it is a contributing member that contributes assets and computing power and keeps the ledger and blockchain running throughout the corporations. So the members all get together and keep everything going. Well, the members also then have users, and the users are in the Maersk blockchain called TradeLens. In the TradeLens blockchain, the users are all of the people at the ports, the customs agents, and all the people that need the documentation, all the people that need the bills of lading and the information to get the container ships through customs and identify what's in the containers and make sure that the containers are fully documented and ready to go through the port and then be delivered in the particular country to its final destination. So what you have is a combination of people that you have to identify and bring together, from the founding company, which in this case was Maersk, to the members that join in, to the operator like IBM, and other company partners that end up taking the burden. Eventually, IBM moves on and does other things, and IBM trains people in all the member companies to continue maintaining the blockchain and updating it and doing the things that they need to do. And then, of course, recruiting all the users, telling them, hey, we have this data system that is functioning to get you all the information that you need. And so all the users at all the ports get together, and there's thousands of those now in the TradeLens blockchain. So let me recap just a little bit. You want your corporation to be about a hybrid corporation as far as its management structure, so you can have a group that's autonomous, that is over the blockchain implementation, so that decisions can be made quickly, but still with the authority that is necessary within the corporation to make the decisions. Then you have to, once you've started founding your blockchain, you've got to recruit other members. You've got to build up those people who can be operators. And then, of course, you've got to connect your end users to start providing data and working with the blockchain to make it a full and rich user and member experience for everyone involved. So if you like the video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe so we can grow the channel. And we'll look forward to seeing you again. Thanks.